The global economic collapse draws ever closer day after day. We see the people on the streets, the pensions disappearing, the general decay of society, and so we sit back and wait. Well, that's what the general public is doing at best, acknowledging the situation helplessly. Instead, my viewpoint is that we should be actively monitoring the situation of this intentional economic calamity and be preparing accordingly. How so? We should watch carefully everything the central banks are doing, keep a close eye on the financial markets, always monitor the location of our savings and assets, with the understanding that what is safe today may not be tomorrow. I try to use my senses and fundamental analysis to predict what will happen. How can I generally figure out the direction we are heading in? Well, based on my crude view of where we are going, I have a simple solution. The further out of the system I am, the better off I will be. Let's discuss this momentarily. We depend on financial systems like the stock markets and bond markets to ensure our retirement accounts and savings are kept intact. Will they be there tomorrow? I literally have no idea. Except for the fact that they have been there yesterday and we are told everything is safe and sound. But ultimately, I really don't know. Instead, a better solution would be to have my own version of a retirement account. Assets that pay me today and into the future, every single month. This could be real estate, for example, but the goal should be passive income investments. Since we must always eat, the food supply is an absolute essential part of our lives. We rely on it so heavily, and yet it is so fragile. What happens when there's a disaster that wipes out a particular crop? The price skyrockets. Now, what if that happened on a grand scale? You better hope that you were prepared. My preferred strategy is to grow your own, even a small amount. Have canned or packaged food that stores for long periods of time. If things turn south, you'll be fine. Otherwise, you have some food to eat. No loss. Water is obviously incredibly important. The price is cheap today, but as we have learned, the supply can be contaminated in an instant, causing complete disruption in our lives. Rainwater collection, well water, streams, rivers, lakes, natural springs. These are all factors that need to be addressed in advance. Ask how you can harness these and protect yourself. Basically, the money GPS strategy is to be ahead of the curve. Be prepared in advance. Having assets that aren't financial assets are key. A garden isn't an asset if you ask your bank, but it sure would be worth a lot of money if there's a disruption in the food supply. Know what I mean? If we are always chasing more dollars, we are simply chasing our tails. Inflation is designed to keep you in the rat race. Look at the average person. More income, more expenditures. Why not attempt to provide things for yourself? Become somewhat self-sufficient and try to minimize your dependence on the monetary system, the food supply, and everything else that we have been accustomed to. Many people work a 9-to-5 job. They leave for work at 7 a.m., get back at 7 p.m., eat, sleep, repeat. Freedom 55, they say. If everything works out with my investments, I'll be retired 10 years early. Sounds wonderful. Well, it's not the way it should be. Traditionally, our fate would be in our own hands. Today, we are at the mercy of the technocratic elite. If you found this informative, please give me a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to check out my books. The links are in the description below. Take care.